Morning, everybody. Today we will class Introduction to Sociology. Continue last class some kind of disciples compare with sociology. So there are many kind of theory related or related psychology, sociology. There are some many different theory there. So briefly, I recommend for you review some kind of theory of sociology. Okay, so where is it? Okay, sociology theory is a scientific study of human society, as I said. Also social relationship as a pattern of the behavior that emerges within them. So all human beings enjoyed or joined any kind of group and commitments. So there are many kind of conflict and also debate and fighting and different idea. Anyway, there are many kind of problems in there. It's positive or negative, it doesn't matter. So sociological theory is to research for that kind of phenomena. So sociology explores how individuals are shaped by social structures, cultural norms. There are many kind of regulation and some rules. We say these norms. So cultural norms and the institutions. Institution means is a school and some group and commitment committee. So in turns, they shaped society. They consist and build up the society. That's why socialists analyze various social phenomena such as inequality, social change, group dynamics to understand how they impact individuals and communities. So in the groups, there are many kind of phenomena, or race problem, or gender problem, lots of them. So sociologists analyze various social phenomena. There are three kind of key theories, as I said: functionalism, critical theory, symbolic interactionism. Briefly, I explained that the functionalism is the study of how societies achieve stability and order through social institutions. This is functionalism. And critical theory means the study of how social institutions maintain social inequality and power imbalances. It is critical theory study area. And the last key theory is symbolic interactionism. This study regarding for how society is constructed through shared meaning, symbols, and interactions among individuals. there are many kind of tools, the conversation or some delivered for my idea or intent, each other. So symbolic interactionism is, for example, these things is research area. This is sociological main key theories. Functional theory, conflict theory. Oops. Okay, I'll show you the slide style. Okay. Oops. And sociology is theory. Social theory is divided two things. One thing is consensus theory, and the other one is conflict theory. Consensus theory is general or widespread agreements among all members of a particular society. This is consensus theory. On the other hand, conflict theory is a clash between ideas, principles, and peoples. There are many kinds of clash, as I said, is problems, reactions, communication. So conflict theory is related study about clash between idea, thinking, and conversation, principles, people. This is consensus theory, conflict theory. So, and structural functionalism. And each one is, we review that, conflict theory. What kind of conflict? There are many kinds of conflict. It's anger, business, boss, problem, dimension, problems, task, leadership, resolve, relationship, dispute, arguing, fighting. Many kinds of conflict in there. So conflict theory, I say that. And symbolic interactionism is symbols, language, and communicate. So this circle shows to the symbolic interaction build-up process. Symbols establish the meaning. That's the meaning is blah, 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 something. And then develop their views. There are shared, for example, they share some idea and then develop the views. And then communicate with each other with developed views, ideas. And this consists of the society. Society has the symbols, and then this circulation is to develop the symbolic interactionalism. Okay, pass. Okay, same thing. And feminist theory, we review that. The feminist theory is three kind of frameworks: liberal feminism, radical feminism, or social feminism. So the model of feminist theory developed stage first start the system and structures of power and oppression exist between men and women, between races, and they work together, or they work against gender, equality, differences, race, ability, etc. They work against sex problem. They work against gender problem, something like that. And going up to develop something like the creative and some, we say, communicate with each other. So they create the discrimination and exclusions. And next, through these kind of actions, build up the power of oppression, acknowledged and disrupted. Finally, this is support for understanding, advocacy, and change. This is communicated and build up the society. This is for feminist model. And the critical theory is a philosophical and sociological approach to understanding power and inequality in society. There are many kinds of inequality and some problems. So how they understand power and inequality in society. This is critical theory. So critical theory is necessary to study and lived experience of real people, this critical theory. And postmodernism, you heard a lot. They started around the 1940s. And they peaked around the 60s to 70s after World War II. It's postmodernism. So postmodernism is mostly used ambiguously or to just something. It refers to the mixture of whatever you want to say and call it. The postmodernism. So the postmodernism purpose is to interpret the world, its definition, and what is love, etc. This is for postmodernism. And national choice theory. This is for very deeply related with economic theory. So rational choice theory is some kind of theory which is assumed human beings are rational creatures, which means they rely on reason and logic to make decisions. Most people decide their decision, make a decision with logic or rational. The economist is some basic question. So also in sociology comes from economic theory, rational theory. So the rational theory is also adapted to the sociology. Anyway, this human beings is make decision with rational or logical decision. So rational theory is rational actors, self-interest, invisible hands is a very important element related to rational choice theory. So if some people's action and then this is for asking for reward or they charge for cost and then finally they get a utility. This is rational theory. Utility means is I get some profit or gains from my actions through the rational or logical decision. This is for rational choice theory. And exchange theory. Exchange theory is reward, cost, output, and comparison. First, I think is reward, and then think about the cost, and then finally they get an output and the comparison level. This is good or not, and then feedback and moving again to exchange theory. Social exchange theory is people forms a relationship through cost-benefit analysis. Most people work for cost-benefit analysis. It means it's a reward minus cost equal profit. So people, all people think about the profit. That's why how they evaluate the reward and the cost, and then they decide their decision. This is social exchange theory, and this is very difficult to pronounce. The phenomenology is the structure of the consciousness, first person point of view. This is phenomenology. And also ethnomethodologies. Ethnomethodologies to how people developed and applied shared method to make sense of their social environment. Ethno word from the environment. So people develops and applies the environment, social environment. This is ethnomethodologies. Okay, ethnomethodologies. And what is the difference from phenomenology and ethnomethodologies? This in which we review that. And today we will study the socialization. Okay, socialization refers to the process, some kind of process, through which individuals learn and internalize the cultural norms, values, beliefs, and behaviors of their society or social group. Some cases, community. So socialization is a lifelong process that begins in childhood and continues throughout one's life. So socialization is generally refers to the process of social influence through which person acquire the cultures or subcultures of their groups or their community. So most people acquire, take some culture and the subcultures of their groups. They belongs to groups. So in the course of the acquiring, in the way of the acquires cultures, elements, the individual self and the personality are shaped. Many or society or groups have cultural elements, and this is consist of the individual self and the personality. They are made by shaped these things, and then the socialization is built up there. In sociology, socialization in the process of internalizing the norms and ideologies of society. So socialization encompasses both learning and teaching, also the meaning by which social and cultural continuity are attained. So the socialization is strongly connected to developmental cycles. So socialization is developed to connected cycle. So socialization is the process through people are taught to be proficient members of a society. So they are many kind of effective for each people or each members. So socialization describes the ways people come to understand societal norms and expectations to accept societal beliefs. Any society has some specified beliefs. That's why some members of society need for beliefs. It is, we say, society's beliefs. And they learn, or used, and share. And then they communicated their society's beliefs. And then I said that this is structured and creative and communicate with members and build up the socialization. So that's why finally they get some societal values. If I enjoy some groups and committees and society, they make some society beliefs, and they create it through the communicated with them. And they be aware of, it means is I feel or I confirm and I accept societal values. every single society has their own values. This is some kind of characters, and they build up the socialization. There are 4 kinds of socialization approach methods. So outline of socialization, we can approach the 4 kinds of theories. First, theory of the self-development. And second is why socialization matters. Why socialization matters. The third outline of socialization is agents of socialization. There are many kinds of socialization agents. School, family, many kinds of them. We review that, the third chapter. And the final outline of socialization is a socialization across the life course. Across the life course. It refers to some kind of theory, affective, the creative, the communicative. So each one by one, we review that there's 4 kinds of outline of socialization. Briefly, let me introduce the outline. First, the theory of self-development. It understands the difference between psychological and sociological theories of self-development. We have to know or understand what is difference, psychological and sociological theory of self-development. A little bit different. Later we will review this one. And also we can explain the process of moral development. I will introduce the moral development, the socialization process. Okay, second, why socialization matters. What's the important things? We understand the importance of socialization both for individuals and society. Society consists of individuals, and then what is the importance of socializations between individuals and the society? And also, we can explain the nature versus nurture debate. You know that the nature is nurture. So we are deeply review this one. You are born in some kind of characters, and this is from nature, or this character from nurture, or something like that. And so chapter we can learn the roles of families and the peers group in the socialization. There are many kinds of agents: family, schools, peers, and some communities and the religions. We can review these agents. And also we can understand how we are socialized through formal institutions, something like schools, workplaces, and government, etc. So how we socialize through formal institutions. And the last chapter we review the socialization across the life courses. We can explain how socialization occurs and recurs through our life. How can we occur? The recurs. Also, we understand how people are socialized into new roles of age-related transitions point. Age-related transition point means we are infant, and then youth, and adolescence, and old age, and then old guy, and then death. There are some levels we are divided, so we can understand people are socialized each levels, each age-related levels. And also we can describe when and how desocialization occurs. If I join some community and then socializations with and then it's not accepted or it's not agreed that, and then the individuals move to another society, and then they make some re-socialization, or they are communicate and creative some logically and rational reason, so and so etc. There are many kind of phenomena, and then they argue that, debate that, share that, as they are creative with some different society values, and then they re-socializations. Last chapter we can review this one. Okay, let's check the first, self-development. What is the self-development? Self-development differs from person to person. So it is subjective and relative concept. The word self means total personality, which includes total personal qualities of qualities of person, something like the physical, intellectual, materialistic, spiritual, and behavioral qualities, etc. People have different personal qualities. So how they developed these different characteristics. So self-development means the process of learning new things and building something like the new skills. So self-development, shortly I can define the self-development. There is the process of learning new things. If I join some groups and I learn new things, or building new skills, workplace, family, schools, church, religious. So two things. One thing is learning new things. The other one is building new skills. At this time, the skills means help us to increase our chances of success. Because I want to success, so that's why I enjoy the course, the college level, and developed. And I accumulate my career, something like that. And also achieving our goals, success, and achieve my goals, and manifesting our dreams. I have dreams, and then how to we make clear that and reach the goals, perspectives. So self-development helps us increase our chances about success and goals and our dreams. This is self-development. Okay. So also the self-development cycle, something like that. What am I? Now I am. What is our things? First thing, what am I now? Reflect and take stock on your current situation and state of being. First start, what is yours? What it is? What am I now? It is something like the self-study. about me. And next cycle is where do I want to go? What is your goal? What is your path to reach your better values or better goals or your dreams? So it means is identify goals, better life or integrated self or better relationship. There are many kinds of goals. So where do I want to go? First time, where am I now? My heart, where is my position? And then next cycle is I feel the where do I want to go? It means it's make goal. And then next stage is what's in my ways? How can I approach that? What is in my way? It means identify the challenges and obstacles, both external and internal. There are many kinds of obstacles and challenges. So what's in my way, and then there are many kinds of obstacles and challenges, and I can define the challenges and obstacles. It means is what's in my ways. How can I do that? How can I escape them or conquer the obstacles? And next stage is formulated a plan. It means and then I can make plan. It is identifies the opportunities, plans, steps to reach your goal. Also identify any new skills needed. If I reach my goals and I formulated or make rules and make strategies to how to reach that, and what kind of skills do I need. That's why this station is identify the opportunities and plan steps. How do we reach that? This is formulate a plan. And next stage is put the plan into actions. Put the plan into action. Doing now. Just do it, something. And seize the opportunities, practice new skills, and learn on your support system. It means seize opportunity means is get it. Take the opportunities. It means is put the plan into action. So next stage is review and evaluate. After put the plan into the action and then review and evaluate, something like the review. Take an honest look at what is that, what is and isn't wrong, isn't working. Acknowledgement that your progress. It means review and evaluate, and adjust the new make plan. This is make adjustments. So adjust your plan and let go of things that aren't working and connect it to your motivation. There are many kinds of review, and you have to replan or reorganize, make adjustment, and then go back to first stage. What am I do? What am I now? These steps is self-development cycle. In the economics and business, we say plan simply to see. Feedback. Plan and doing and see and plan. This circle is plan, do, see. In the business, same thing. in the make decision is same thing. And also self-development, your skills or your values, same thing. Plan. Before plan, in the self-development cycle, where am I now? And what do I want to go? What's in my way? And formulate a plan. This stage in sociology say, put the plan into action. And C is feedback. Also review, evaluate, and make a new plan. Plan to see. This is basic of your plan approach for your reach for your goals and develop your values, these things. So you have to make a formula. This is for your deeply mind. Plan to see. Okay? Feedback, review, evaluate, and then make new plan. And something is wrong, and something is added that, and then doing again, and review and make plan. It's adjust. This circle is self-development cycle. Let me show you another picture is this one. First step is self-study, this plan. And awareness means is where I am now. And acceptance. Acceptance means is I exactly my status. This is available plan, or this is unavailable. So acceptance means is I know me. And then goal and purpose. This is very important stage is acceptance. Acceptance means is your ability, your skills, your knowledge, and then you accept it. Sometimes people say, I can do it, and over-exaggerated. It's not a good idea. Acceptance means is you should not accept it over your skills, knowledge, and can make goal and purpose. And move to next stage is communities. Community means is communicated and make ways to reach goals. And action. Most of them is include this area. Because of what? Most plan start this stage. Action. And then C is evaluate and review and feed and make new plan. This another self-development stages. Also, this is a framework for self-development for divided. First stage is unconsciously incompetent. This is nothing stages. And then second, they communicated or accumulated knowledge and some creative, some goals, and various I feel something, and then move to second stage, consciously incompetence. It means they take out the un and in. From negative to positive self-status. And move to third level frameworks is consciously competence. But it's fourth stage is unconsciously competence. So there are two kinds of main factors of framework, conscious and incompetence. First stage is unconscious, also incompetence. And next stage is used to self-development, and one thing is develop that consciously. But competence is also negative, incompetent. And third level is consciously, and competence is conscious and competence. They are circular. And finally, the framework is circular. Okay. So the framework of self-development is followed that the contents expertise, use of self, and the presentation of skills, and the facilitation skills. This is for framework of self-development. Also, let me show you to another personal development planning stage. First step is identified. It means it belongs to the plan area. So self-assess skills and identify strengths and weaknesses. This is for from the marketing strategy is weakness, strengths, threat, something like this stuff. So next stage is after identifying the personal development, make the plan. So at this stage, needs in consultations with the supervisor and develop a plan of actions. This stage, advice from the supervisor or some helpers. And next stage is action and record. Two stages. Develop your skills. For example, more workshop, online course, more seminars, self-study, conferences, mentoring, or practice, and more, etc. This is develop your skills. So it components belongs to action and the record stage. And next, move to next stage, review and reflect. This is for C area. So preview and feedback stage. So at this stage, need to reflect on the outcomes and also evaluate achievements and progress. So review and re-establish future panels, plans, and goals. These things is a personal development planning process, okay? So these things, these self-developments have some most important personal self-development skills. Let me show you that. This first skills is develop a growth mindset. Develop a growth mindset. And the second is develop your ability to think like an entrepreneur. Also calm yourself and de-stress. Also develop your positive reflex. Most things is negative, it's not good idea. So develop your positivity reflect. Also develop a healthier relationship with your partner. Make good depresses, escape the deep stress. Also develop yourself to be more resilient. Very diligent, you need that. Also you have to stay mindful of the present moment. Also take care of your health. Health is basic of the function or factors of your self-development. Also keep development yourself in your way. So there are many kind of researches about self-development. The most important personal self-development skills is 9 skills. Let me introduce that some researchers. Develop a growth mindset. I introduced the mind growth set. If we have some fixed mindset, we we may shy away from challenges because it's a fixed mindset. So we need to develop a growth mindset because we do not want to feel embarrassed or humiliated in front of others. Most people are very shy in front of others. So if you want to self-development plan, first time is develop your growth mindset, no fixed mindset, something open mind. But this can be very problematic because our fear of making mistakes can lead us to avoid challenges. If I have a mistake in front of the audience and then very deeply stressed, so finally the person avoids the challenges and you experience, it means it's no there to challenge because he's shy. So some people want to improve ourselves in the important ways. It's creative, the life we desire. We need for growth mindset. And second suggestion is develop your ability to think like an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship means it's business, okay? So everyone can benefit from learning how to think like an entrepreneur, regardless of whether or not we have our own businesses. Why? Because entrepreneurs have to be innovative, good at planning for all positive outcomes, and skilled to getting others to buy into their visions or dream. So you have to develop your ability, something like the entrepreneurship. Because entrepreneurship has some very innovative and good at planning. Something you have to decide the plan, something like the entrepreneurship style. So if by learning how to be entrepreneurial, you learn how to achieve your goals, because it's in the business part, very developed skills for your idea and some your skills. And also the others recommend the plans, calm yourself and de-stress. High level of stress are not only bad for our health and well-being, they can prevent us from effectively pursuing and achieving our self-development goals. By learning some stress-reducing strategies, your body and mind will be more equipped to handle the challenges that will inevitable arises. So any kind of love situation, you have to calm yourself and de-stress it. Okay? This is good for your self-development plan. Also, the authors suggest for the self-development plan, develop your positive reflex. Positive reflex. Everything you are approach to positive states. Okay, life is a hard time. Sometimes very hard, but we will all experience ups and downs. But we don't all respond to these up and downs the same way. Some people let the hard time defeat, because this is from later we will study this kind of character is nature or nurture. So some people let the hard time defeat them. This is positive reflex, but there are many kind of ways to have positives. Most people think positive don't take things so hard. Very deeply sad and depressing. If you can be even a little bit more positive, the bad time don't look so bleak. It means you have to approach the ways positive mind. This is self-improvement method. Also suggest develop a healthier relationship with your phone. So many people just get sucked into their phones and other devices. We have many kinds of phones. Everybody have it. So they can use that device for positive method and also using the healthier. So nowadays very quickly developed individual have your pocket information tools device. Now, how can you make your device for healthier? It means you should using your device for healthier. So now also my son and daughters have their own devices. Also you guys also have your own devices. How to make relationship you and your device? First, recommend these authors healthier relationship with your device. It means each difference, every single person have some different situation. So you have to do good relationship with your device. It means how do you using your device on YouTube, on games. Sometimes it's needed, but how do you using that healthier relationship with your device? Very important reason is for your future, also especially yourself. It means there are many kind of report related smartphone and some device. But nowadays, very big problem for developing your youth and adolescents guys is negative impact. So this suggestion is very important. How do we make and keep the healthier relationship with your device? Also, the authors suggest for self-development skills, develop yourself to be more resilient. Resilience is that the super important skills help you bounce back quickly after being knocked down. This is one of the most important skills for success because none of us will ever achieve everything if we don't keep trying and we fail. So build some resilience skills. Also, the authors recommend for self-development skills. You should be stayed mindful of the present moment. When we are mindful and stay present in the moment, we are taking each day as it comes. Even though we have a goal or dreams we are striving for, we can better enjoy the process and take pleasure in the simple and wonderful part of just being alive. Also, he suggests take care of your health. It's related to health relationship. A little bit different for your own health. So this is for mental, even if this is mental or physical health. It is very basic need for your self-development. So take care of your health. If I very negative result and then I can smoke or I can drink, this is not good for your health. So if you want to self-development skills or plans, just take care of your health. And the last suggestion is keep developing yourself in new ways. New ways means after review and feedback, you have to make new plan. So keep developing yourself in new ways. There's many kind of other reason, and then you learn something to change your whole life. For new skills, new ways. These things is for related for self-development skills for your life. And I want to introduce for you for related self-development. Motivation. Motivation is very serious section in the leadership and organizations. There are key word for tools in motivation. You heard a lot of motivation. So that's why in related self-development, I just introduced the motivation theory. What is the motivation? The word motivation comes from the Latin word for mover. It means to move. The motivation comes from the to move. So motivation is the word we use to describe what makes us move. Makes us move. So motivation is to move. We are motivated to do certain things and not to certain other things. So when we think about the motivation in the modern world, we are often think of it as our ability to push ourselves to do things or to reach our goals. This is motivation. We might wish we were more motivated to do things, especially things need to be done or we don't want to do. That's why if I have something planned or any goals, we need motivation. So this kind of motivation is process follow the pictures. Unsatisfied need. Now I'm very unsatisfied. I need something. And tension. Tension means it's something stress. And next to the effort. Okay, I want to escape. I overcome these tensions. At this time, need for identity, direction, persistence. These things need to effort. And then next, the tension reduction. After that, I reduce the tension. And finally, I got the satisfied need. These things is motivation processes. So there are some kind of types of motivation. Type of motivation is shows to the pictures. So it's very colorful. Power motivation, and attitude motivation, incentive motivation, fear motivation, competence motivation, affiliation motivation, achieve motivation. There are many kinds of motivation types. So this is not important, but anyway, you need to motivate to escape the tension or make your future plan. This is motivating. So briefly, they mentioned, describe the type of motivation, something like that. Motivation refers to the underlying cause of human actions. In psychology, all human actions seem to have basic cause or motivation. It means explain why do we do what we do. Why we do what we do. It's motivation. There are two kinds of motivation theory. One is extrinsic motivation. The other one is intrinsic motivation. So intrinsic means is basic character. See? And the extrinsic is not intrinsic. So intrinsic motivation refers to the inherent drive and enjoyment comes from engaging in activity of its own shape rather than for external rewards or pressure. It's only inside, from inside. So intrinsic motivation is characterized by the sense of personality, personal fulfillment, interest, and satisfaction. These things arise from which in the individuals. Every single individuals have different personal fulfillments, interests, and satisfactions. These things characterize the humans. So these things is also characterized by a sense of personality. This is intrinsic motivation. At the other hand, extrinsic motivation refers to the drive to engage in activity in order to obtain external rewards. Also avoid the negative consequences rather than for the enjoyment of a personal satisfaction of the activity itself. It means extrinsic motivation comes from outside. So how do we obtain the external reward or avoid the negative consequences, negative outcomes, consequences? So extrinsic motivation is typically driven by external factors, for example, money, recognition, or pressure from others. It means extrinsic motivation from others. If some committees or groups or workplace gives different money, you have to motivate from the money. Also recognition is also very important to you using the extrinsic motivation. Or pressure. I don't like him. I like him. I love these groups. There are many kinds of relationships with each other from others. And pressure, stress. These things is extrinsic motivation factors. So next pictures describe some differences between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic from the inside. So this intrinsic motivation driven by internal factors, as I said. Also, that's why the extrinsic motivation is driven by external factors, money, relationship, incentive, something like that. And intrinsic motivation is long-lasting and self-sustaining. Intrinsic motivation is long-lasting, keep very long time. Also self-sustaining. Sustain means keep going. But the extrinsic motivation is short-term and dependent on external factors. Very dependent of others. Other people, some people hate me, and some people hate me, and I don't want to co-work with them. And then you are very negative effect from others, and then you have received the intrinsic motivation. Also, intrinsic motivation is higher levels of creativity, innovation, and personal growth. So these things is for positive self-development for your individual. So creative levels and innovation and personal growth, something like that. And the intrinsic motivation is associated with routine and repeated behaviors because it's in the groups and affected from others. That's why it's a very routine, repeated. So intrinsic and extrinsic motivation is some different thing. So this is for very simple pictures of motivation. Left side shows the positive, and right side is negative motivation. Upper is extrinsic motivation. Downstairs, intrinsic motivation. So upper left side is avoid punishment. This belongs to negative and intrinsic motivation. Avoid punishment. And the right side, upper right side, gain reward. Because this is for positive, also intrinsic motivation. This is gain for something reward. And the right side below is feeling good. It is intrinsic motivation, also positive motivation. And the left down part shows avoid feeling bad. This is represent for negative and intrinsic motivation. This is a very good expression for motivation related negative, positive, and intrinsic or extrinsic and intrinsic. This is for motivation. So we are intrinsic and motivation, intrinsic and extrinsic motivation then. Okay, let's move there for. Let me introduce some other human motivations. So, what is the true meaning of motivation? What is the true meaning? Motivation is a desire to act in service of God. It means is how can we make my goal and activities for my own goals. So motivation is one of the driving force behind the human behavior. It fuels competitions and sparks social connection. Sparks connection means is if I join any kind of group and committees, and then there are many kind of social connections. So it is some gas, fuels. It's main food for competition. Motivation is very fuel for competition and connections. motivation absence can lead to mental illness such as depression, distress. There are some 4 keys of motivation. Some researchers suggestion 4 M's of motivation: mission, mood, momentum, and mindset. Say again: mission, mood, momentum, and mindset. 4 M's is keys of motivation. Also, most people struggle with motivation. Many struggling in your mind, every situation. But it is even more challenging if you have mental health issues such as depression or anxiety. So this is how to get started and staying motivated. You are struggling for motivation. There are some tips I suggest that. Set yourself on specific and achieve goals. If you want to escape the depressed without the anxiety, set yourself on specific and achievable goals. Also, you think about how to include the goals in your life. Also, what you need to do, make it happen. And then put a time frame, such as the weekly or monthly, hourly plan. These things is tips for your depressed. Also, so how can I stay motivated? Regularly review your goals and progress. It is some kind of C stage, feedback and review. Something. So as I said, the 4 M's of motivation is mission, move, momentum, and mindset. And another researchers suggest the 4 P's of motivation: passion, positive thinking, patience, and perseverance. There are many kinds of research for related motivation. The 4 kinds of extrinsic motivation: external, introjected, identified, and integrated is extrinsic motivation factors. Also, what is the 4 kinds of basic human motivation? Some researchers suggest that. Briefly, I introduce that it's a physiological, safety, love, esteem, and self-actualization. These things is related basic human motivations. Say again: physiological, safety, love, esteem, and self-actualization is for your basic human motivation. And another researchers suggest 4 D's of motivation. The 4 D's are desire, dedication, determination. Desire, dedication, determination. This is 4 kind of motivation. And some others recommend the 4 R's motivation: respect, recognition, reward, and relationship intertwined. And together they build teams of loyal employees. There are many kinds of stage principle and core motivation factors. Many kinds of researches related motivation. So finally, I want to introduce 4 core brief basic motivation: control, achievement, affiliation, security. Security is related to healthcare. That is basic 4 kind of relations. And I want to say to last, the theory of human motivation. These pictures very briefly shows to the human motivation. There are 5 stages, something like pyramid. Basic needs is 2 stages. One is psychological needs. Sociological needs is basic of basics, the food, water, air, rest, warmth, this kind of physiological needs. Also a little bit moved to basic need is safe need. Maslow 4 needs is a business part, but it's very similar there. Safe needs, security, safe, and very safety situation. And move to psychological needs. So the human motivation basically need basic needs and psychological needs, and finally wants to get the self-fulfillment need. So psychological needs divide 2 things. One thing is esteem needs. The other one is belonging needs and love needs. Belonging needs and love needs, for example, intimate relationship and friends and some connect with other peoples in the groups. This is belonging needs and love needs, friends, something like that. Also, the other psychological needs is esteem needs, for example, prestige and feeling of accomplishment. This is for psychological needs of human motivation. And finally, get them human motivated final goals is self-actualization. It means self-fulfillment needs. So, for example, the achieving one's full potential, including creative activities, get some final goals. This is the theory of human motivations. Okay. As I said, socializations, we approach 4 kind of chapters. First thing is, let me show it there. Theory of self-employment. These things includes the motivation. I introduced that. And next week, the second chapter, why socialization matters. What's the matter? What is the important things regarding socialization? And the step 1 by 1, I introduce that the socialization, because the socialization is you are conscious of unconscious situation in your life, in your society. So the sociologists research this area then. So next week we will review the why socialization matters. Okay, any question? If you have any question, let me know it by school office. And thanks for joining this class, and see you next.